We are back. We are live. It's 2026, my first live of the year. And no fights today. No talking MMA. I'm so pumped to have on the live show Stock and Trade. My man, how are you doing today?
Good, man. How are you?
We're good, man. We're very blessed over here. I'm in Florida. Where your home base?
I'm in Los Angeles, so
Los
other side. Yeah.
LA guy. I like that. I like that. Very cool. All right. So myself and my wife, we are going down this slippery slope of the hobby and sports cards and her favorites and my favorites. She's into the Disney Chrome, and we're going through it right now. And like I said, she found you first, even before me. And she kept on sending me. That's what you do when you get married. You just send Instagram videos to each other. And she's all yours. She loves the Pop-Tart one and so many more. So we found you out. But I'm a big comic book guy and Avengers guy. Can you tell me your origin story? How did you start? How did you get into the hobby? Were you a kid when you first started collecting? Give us the origin.
Yeah, man. First of all, thanks to your wife. Second of all, I collected a lot as a kid. I loved comic books. I loved cards. I played sports. So that was always a big thing. And then I became an adult, and I still loved movies, comics. Like I would keep in touch with them, but not really collect them as much.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened, and I got back into that world because I had nothing to do for 3 to 6 months. And I realized, like, hey, there's like a lot of people my age doing this again. Like they're kind of checking out cards, whether it be stuff from the 90s or toys and comic books or new stuff. And then I got into the new stuff. And I'm an actor by trade, so it slowly but surely kind of evolved into me doing more social media stuff based around, some of the card stuff, which I thought was fun. And thankfully, a lot of other people have kind of engaged and thought was fun as well. And now I'm here. I'm selling stuff on streams, like you were saying, for like you do some whatnot stuff, and I do this stuff online. So it's just it's stuff that I'm really have fun and passionate about, which makes it not feel like any sort of work or struggle. So
right. And I'm an older man. I have 4 kids, and the thing I will try to instill on my kids, and I've been doing it for the last 8 years, if you love what you do, it's not work. Like I co-own an MMA media outlet and been podcasting. This is what I do all day, every day. And I'm not working, I'm having fun. I have a group of friends and buddies I talk to every day, and it's not work at all. So I love it. And like I said, I'm kind of getting into it a little bit too. It's a lot of long hours. I will tell you that. Some of the best streams are at 1 or 2 a.m. on the East Coast. So I've been staying up a little bit too late lately, but like it's fun. It's a hobby. What do you have like a moment as a kid? A Michael Jordan card or something with a family member you went over. I have one of those. Do you have one of those moments where like, oh, I'm hooked forever, I'm in?
No, I always say it the same thing. I was that kid that was collecting like all the wrong people, and I make jokes about
Billy
it all the
Ripken
time.
instead of Cal Ripken.
Yeah, because I always say it. I was like, I grew up and have been through this whole age where I could have been collecting the Michael Jordans. Like I could have gone through the whole gamut, right? Like you could have collected Ken Griffey, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, Kobe Bryant, like all these people that make a ton of money for everybody, Lionel Messi. But I was the one that was like, I'm an Oakland A's fan, so I'm gonna collect, Jose Canseco. I'm gonna collect Mark McGuire,
Mark Mulder.
Football fans. I'm gonna collect Joe Montana. There's no way his autos will ever be worth nothing. And it's like, so I'm that guy. But I'm happy about it. You look back and you're like, oh man, I could have just been collecting all these guys and had a ton of money, but I just didn't do that, and I went the other way.
That's all good. Is there a guy now? Is there, dude? Everyone in the hobby, you go on Whatnot and all the chats is, do you have Cooper Flag or do you have Drake May? Like that, those are the guys right now in 2026. Is there a guy or a team that you're all in on right now?
So I'm a big Wembanyama fan.
Okay.
I have a lot of his stuff. And then I got big into soccer through cards. So I started collecting a ton of Erling Haaland stuff. He's this forward out of Man City, big, huge Norwegian dude. He's just a monster. So I started collecting his stuff because he just reminded me of like my love for like Shaquille O'Neal back in the 90s when he kind of blew up the NBA. And yeah, he's all over the place now. He's scoring records. He's going to be in the World Cup for the first time. So guys like that for me, I guess I'm still kind of sitting on the outlier world as opposed to just being like, I should just go all in on Drake May and see what happens. But yes, if you're collecting Drake May and guys like that, you're not in a bad spot right now.
Yeah, yeah. It's I'm a Cooper Flag guy right now.
Yeah,
And like everyone is, so it's kind of one of those. It stinks, but yeah, I got the bug, and I'm a little bit of a Duke guy as a basketball dude.
there you go.
I'm a New York guy, so I'm a Josh Allen, Aaron Judge, and Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
Judge think I'm and Allen. I think I'm gonna be all right. Brunson's more of a PC, but the other two, I think they're gonna go all right long term.
Yeah, for sure. It's good. It's a good time to be a Knicks fan, especially if
Always,
you're over there. It's a
yeah.
good. It's a better time than usual.
And like I said, I got two boys and they're all into it too. And I'm telling to my sons, I'm like, guys, this is a golden era. Like I went through the Bills. No one remembers the Bills before Josh Allen and the Knicks in this last 3-year run. It was 20 years of misery. I've been in some dark times over here, and it's a golden era for me.
We lost 3 Super Bowls in a row.
It's crazy, crazy. Do you have any tricks of the trade? Is there something you do or look into about the trade or hobby? We'll get into the social media part of it in a second, the business side of it. Is there like little tricks that you have or you can, kind of pass on to maybe someone who might want to get into the hobby?
I always say the same thing. The craziest part about this hobby is it's very cyclical. And some of the people follow the cycles and they do great, and other people don't. And what I mean by that is like there's cycles to buy and sell cards if that's going to be your game. If that's going to be your way of like making money and still collecting and kind of bring some money back in while you're spending it collecting. And so like for baseball, for instance, a great time to buy is in the off season because people are selling, but no one wants them as much. The great time to sell is during spring training when the hype is building and everything's going, or you wait after spring training and you sell going into the playoffs when these guys are doing something really well. But there's a ton of people that sell at all point in times of the year because they either have to or they want to, whatever, and you won't make as much money back on these cards and things like that. And it's for every single sport.
Yeah.
So if you just follow that cycle for every sport, you won't do too bad as long as somebody doesn't get hurt or something like that. But that's always what I tell everyone is a base bottom line like thing to look into if you're going to be buying and selling cards in a way that you're going to be trying to kind of create some cash flow for yourself or things like that.
It makes perfect sense if you, to the common folk that's listening, if just say on two quarterbacks, one Drake May, one Jaden Daniels. And Jaden Daniels was this year, a year ago. He was the hot guy. Yeah. He's had such a horrible dip in a bad season. I'm actually not a big Jaden Daniels guy going forward, but if you are, this is the time to go all in, buy them all. Like get into that. And maybe you're selling Drake May at maybe at the peak. I could get better if he goes to the Super Bowl. Bo Nix is a hot, trendy guy right now, of course. But I like that idea a lot too. And also, when Ohtani does that 10K 2 home run game, maybe you want to sell a couple of those.
Ohtani's wild. He's the guy that I keep getting burned on in the sense that like I think that his market can't get any higher and that it just keeps going up. And I'm like, I have no idea where this ends, guys. I'll be in 20 years, I'll look back and be like, oh, well, Ohtani was another guy that I should have just been keeping in my closet for 20 years, but I guess not.
Love it. Love it. All right. Let's get into the business or the social media side of it. Like I said, that's where we found you and I found you, and massive fan of what you're doing. When did that light bulb moment happen? It's like, hey, I'm collecting, I'm doing stuff. I heard you, at the beginning of this, you're saying an actor out there in LA, how was that a part of it? What you thought, hey, I could kind of put a couple of my things together and make one. Cause that's what it seems like, you're doing these fun videos, acting, hilarious stuff. But with the hobby of sports cards.
You would have thought, right? So like I got into it during COVID, like I said, and then I saw people posting things on social media. So I started doing what they were doing, pictures of cards, videos. Like some people were doing like transition videos to like how things turn into another. I was kind of doing stuff like that. And then I started kind of doing what I thought was like interesting or funny content, and whether or not it was is up to anybody else. And then last year I was like, hey, maybe I should just start doing like skits and things that are in my world of like what I do on a regular basis. And it really took me that almost 4 to 5 year period to really connect the two for some weird reason.
Yeah.
And thankfully, I don't know what happened, but people seem to, really relate to the things that I was posting and kind of gravitate towards it. And the follower growth has been great. The engagement's always fun. And it's been that's kind of where it's been over the last like year or two. And I keep trying to change things up and trying to garner more of a following. And it's been working so far, but it is a grind. Like, better than anybody else. Like social media, especially with how many platforms there are, that
Yeah.
it's a definite grind. So
Not even that. And you'll probably triple down on this. Like a 16-second video, back and forth captions, or this 16. You got some mirrors. It takes 4 hours. It's like it's a grind. It's like, what'd you do today? I created this 18-second video for Instagram and TikTok. Like it's
that fingers crossed the algorithm will take into its grasp. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be like, oh well, that one didn't work.
Are you thinking of all the, especially like the last 10 or 15 that were on, and it's almost every day that I see the content from you. Are you thinking about all the ideas yourself? Are you getting some from friends, families, whoever? You have someone helping you, or is this a one man show?
It's all from me, but to say that it's all like from my mind would be a lie. I think the biggest thing that people don't ever try and focus enough on in social media is understanding like the trends. And it's like you can take trends from other places and incorporate them into wherever your following is interested in. So for me, I find funny trends that are happening in sports or fashion or something like that, and I just turn them into something that's associated to the trading card hobby, and they usually tend to do well. So that's kind of like, it's a little bit of like a skit comes up in my head, or for the other shorter versions, I just kind of take from whatever is going on in social media, which is kind of just how it works right now. But that's ever changing as well. So who knows what will happen in the next 6 to 12 months.
For sure. And I got a future question for you there. When or how did you think of the Pop-Tart one? It's absolute brilliant. It's like, it's so funny too, because we cracked up and we were on a little mini vacation and we watched it 19 straight times. And I said to her, I'm like, I know it sounds funny. Sometimes the easiest, maybe dumbest things are the best. Like the most simplest things. We cracked up. We watched it 19 times. How'd you think of that?
It's just one of a conversation I've had with numerous people in regards to like when you're out somewhere, like things remind you of packs, and it was like, oh, Pop-Tart is built exactly like exactly like a trading card pack. So I thought about it because I was in a family holiday. I didn't have any cards, and I was like, oh, I could just buy some Pop-Tarts and let's just see if this works out. And this, like you just said, like I had no idea. I'm just like, maybe this will be funny to somebody. Worst case, it's funny to me, and we just move on with it. And then thankfully it took off a little bit, and it's been helpful. It's been a good one.
I saw it on your story. We got Pop-Tarts, we got to link up with you with Pop-Tarts.
I know, and that's like, maybe Pop-Tarts will want a piece of this or something.
By the way, I did a horrible host in there, guys. What I'm referring to, Raul did this video opening up a Pop-Tart and how we do it in cards. Like you see a pack of 10, you kind of like slide a couple. Raul did an awesome thing of like which one is behind. It was so funny. It is so good.
I appreciate it.
Where do you, first with the social media side of it, where do you, like, I don't want to say what's the cap, but what do you think you're doing in 3 months or 6 months, 9 months, 5 years in this space? What do you think? Jake Paul started making videos and now he's boxing the best boxers in the world, making 50 million a year. I don't know if boxing's your thing, but where do you see you going in this space?
So that's it. That's always the main question, right? I get that a lot. And my thing is, I always tell everyone the same thing. The reason that I feel like I've been successful in different things is I never put a limitation on like where I can be going. So like a lot of people will be in this space in the card world and be like, well, I'm only doing card stuff. That's where it's going. Let's see how it goes. But for me, the goal would be to grow beyond that, right? Yeah. To garner a big enough following of people that are interested in cards, are interested in sports, are interested in things, all pop culture, all this different stuff. So my goal is to grow slightly beyond the hobby, for what we call it. Anybody's doesn't know that, and just go from there, and to try and collaborate with different people like yourselves. And like, MMA is associated to the hobby because we have cards, we have something, and like for more people to kind of get an idea of who I am and what I'm doing outside of those worlds and to grow. Yeah. And then beyond that, who knows? I'm linking up with some people this year already in the next couple of weeks to do some like higher end content that will hopefully, we'll test the waters, see if people are interested. Yeah. And then, sky's the limit there. Maybe you're shooting something more consistently that way. Maybe you can turn something into a short form show. Like I said, sky's the limit in regards to where we're going, but growth is definitely the goal.
Yeah, I love it. It's like I was saying earlier, I definitely had the moment with the hobby. I was 4 or 5 years old. Best birthday gift ever. I got like a box of 1988 Topps baseball, and it was 36 packs. And I just remember just ripping open packs. It was the greatest day of my life, and I always stayed with it a little bit. And like you said, you mentioned during that era, I have the Upper Deck Ken Griffey. I have that one. It's not crazy great, but I have it. I have some Kobe's, LeBron's. I kind of went a little bit, but probably got away from it for 8-10 years during the same thing during the COVID and us doing fights. There was a little lull in even fights, but actually the UFC out of everything picked up before most. And what we did like card breaks. We're like, hey, there's cards. Let's just kind of have fun on the show. We open up cards and I'm like, oh, wait a second. Like, it was just like one of those things like clicked in my head. I'm like, this was my favorite day of my life when I was 5. So I did it. We just never looked back. It's funny. I do see Dana White does it. I don't know how much you. Yeah, okay.
I was about to say, I see Dana White posting. He's working with Topps all the time, Fanatics, about opening cards, and now he's chasing huge dollar
big cards. Like he's a whale.
Yeah, 100%. Like it's for guys like that. I think it's a very easy transition into that world, because it is. Dana White's a gambler. So there is a gambling aspect to it all, which can, be a little bit enticing to people like that. So it's easy for people in these different worlds to come in and be like, oh, well, this is actually, you got to know you could do this. And it's got a lane for everybody, whether you're a kid, whether you're an adult, whether, I don't know, I like it a lot.
We're with Dana White and Topps and Fanatics. By the way, have you ever been to the Fanatics Fest over there in New York?
No. So I was going to go this last year. I didn't make it out because there's a card show called the National every year. Yeah, so it's a big, huge card convention, and it's usually like 2 weeks after the one in New York. And you know this better than you know this like I do. I have 2 kids. I have a wife. The chances of me being like, hey, I'm going to go to a card convention. Yeah. I will be working in Chicago, but 2 weeks before that, I'm going to go to one just for fun in New York City. Yeah. And that would be like, well, huh? You're going to do what? So that's kind of why I haven't gone yet.
A lot of the fight stuff is in Las Vegas. So, I go to Las Vegas more than the next person. And I try to make those 30-hour trips as quick as possible. It's like, I can't go for 4 or 5 days. Like I'm coaching sports. I got all the kids involved in everything. It's as quick. And when I thought about you with the Fanatics Fest and why I said it, when you said about the other show, I feel like the Fanatics Fest is like right up your alley. There's just so many people there and social media and everything like that. I do feel like that is kind of, hopefully in 2026, you can make it out to that. Or is that the game plan or a plan for
That's the game plan. It's a little inside baseball thing. I've had some conversations with Fanatics over the last few weeks, and it looks like we're going to start doing some social media content with each other.
Nice.
And then obviously if we can stay working with each other into that time frame, then that would be the goal, to go over there and work with them doing some stuff. The hard part this year that people may or may not know is they decided to have Fanatics Fest during the same weekend as the World Cup final. Oof. So New York is going to be a mess, and price points of hotels are going to be a mess, and flights are going to be a mess. So I wouldn't be surprised if this Fanatics Fest is a little bit lighter this year in regards to overall attendance because of that. But I could also be wrong. People find a way to spend money on stuff they want to do anyway. So
it's so crazy. Who said that to me? I just talked with I had a family gather, and it was a psychologist, and he was talking about it, and just this kind of came up a little bit. And a psychologist told me people will do what they want to do. Like at the end of the day, if they will do what they want to do. So if people make fun of old men buying cards on whatnot, but if that's what they want to do, they're going to do it. They're going to do it.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? Is like, I love this world because, like, as much as like anybody wants to believe they're cooler than they are, like, I'm a big nerd. Like, I like Marvel. I like comics. I go to the movies mainly to watch cartoons and Marvel movies. Like, that's kind of my thing. Like, if everything else I can just watch at home on TV. So it's like, I think it's a bunch of people that are either introverts or nerds at heart that all kind of get together and like can just have fun for a little bit,
For sure. After this, I'm going to drop you my number. We'll have a whole Marvel discussion.
Yeah. I mean, man, I used to, the trailers that just dropped. Are you stoked? I lost my mind.
Incredible.
The X-Men one, I lost my mind.
Incredible. And out of that, my 8-year-old son's the biggest Marvel guy. And,
oh man.
And he's hooked, and we're going back and forth from the trailers, and And he's one of those, he's an 8-year-old, and I hate to say this, he's like a kid genius. He's very, very, very smart. So like he sees stuff and he's like, what does this mean? I'm like, son, I just think it's a tree in the background. He's like, no, that tree is from Ultron, like he's all into it. He's one of those guys. It's kind of
I love it. Good for him. Good for him.
Back one last thing on the Fanatics and maybe Tom Brady and the vault and everything. Where do you see Fanatics and the hobby itself 2027, 2030, 2035? Everyone keeps saying we're at the peak. And I keep hearing that we're at the peak. We're at the peak. But sometimes you things go like Shohei Ohtani, like you talked about earlier, keeps rising through the peak. Are we just getting started? Are we in the peak? Are we somewhere in the middle? Where do you think we are as the hobby years to come?
You know what? I wish I had a better answer to that question. And the reason I say that is because I'm more, when it comes to things, I'm very much a realist about it. And there's a couple things that are happening right now that could tell us that we're at a peak. And it's so box prices of cards have gotten exponentially higher and very hard for the average person to get into and buy, especially if you're ripping with your children and things like that.
Yep.
So that is kind of getting me in a position where I'm starting to think like this could be a peak here before we have to start to see some sort of reel back. Okay. But then again, like boxes you can find in a Target and a Walmart and things like that have become better. So you can find better hits, more fun for your children, things like that. Tom Brady coming in and opening up 7 to 8 card vaults all across the country is wild because that kind of shows that we may not be at a peak. So there's all these different factors that I keep getting hit with that are kind of like, oh, maybe we're not at a peak. And then I'm like, I hear a lot of complaints about hobby prices. But then again, it goes back to what we just talked about. People are just going to do what they want to do. So I'm thinking with my own pocketbook, but you can't think that way when you're running a business. If people are buying consistently, which they are, then, I'm sure these companies are smarter than I am. They'll figure out a way to make this manageable for people and keep it rising.
Right. And so to kind of answer my question, but kind of double down on what you said, I thought the same thing. Of course, Chrome came out and I'm like, these prices are just out of this world. Yeah. Something's not right. But then we go in our city, we go to our Targets, Walmarts, and GameStops. They're all sold out. They're gone. Like we can't buy them. So yeah, we're on Whatnot, sometimes on breaks and trying to buy individuals and stuff of that nature. And it's just so tough. And it's like, I think other platforms of eBay, Whatnot, and there's so many other ones too. And I hear there's a couple big ones in the works, maybe with Fanatics and Brady and all that stuff. With that in the future and technology, we might not be at the peak. Like we might be somewhere in this middle and we got a lot of growth to go. So at least for me, I'm hoping.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely open. I think there's room for either side. So when somebody asks me, I'm like, listen, I wish I could give you a better answer. Yes or no. But I'm seeing too many big people jumping into this space to make it seem like there's quite a peak coming. You don't get people like Tom Brady or Derek Jeter or, even guys that weren't even into sports that are coming in all of a sudden, jumping into big businesses. You're like, okay, well, we'll see how this goes. Hopefully, listen, I'm here for it. So hopefully it keeps going.
Yeah, for sure. Two more last fun ones, and we'll let you go, man. Appreciate your time.
No,
guys, go follow Stock and Trade on Instagram. We'll do some links and stuff when all this goes out. What's the best pull or best take? Do you want let me ask this first. Do you buy more in packs and boxes and hobby boxes, or do you buy individually?
I do a little bit of both. So I always tell everyone I'm kind of like I'm a person that does everything. So I'll open up personal boxes, I'll buy individual cards. I do repacks. I'll get into some breaks. Like I just kind of have fun with it and kind of just whatever the new product that I really want to get into. Like I said it before, I'm a big Marvel fan. I'm a big Disney fan. So Topps having that type of stuff coming out has been fun for me. So I do it all.
Those Marvel boxes are cool.
They're so great. Like all this stuff is great. And if you're a big fan of the product, they've done a good job in regards to like really gearing stuff towards the fans, which is unbelievable. So, but yeah, I do a little bit of everything.
With that being said, what's the best pull? Or you bought an individual card, you saw the Holy Grail card, you're like, hey, I'm going to spend $300 on it. Got to 320, you did 325, but you're still, hey, it's $5 on your Holy Grail. What's like that your card or the best pull you've ever did?
So I have one card that for my own personal like opening and stuff like that. I had a breaker. Her name's Kendra. She's amazing. She does only soccer. And so she was opening up, doing a break of soccer. I'm a big Erling Haaland collector. It's pretty much the majority of my personal collection is him.
Okay. Okay.
She opened up this card, and it was an autographed card of him, with game worn shoelaces embedded in the card, and it was a one of one, so only one of these in existence. And
Yeah.
that was the best card I have. Is it? I don't necessarily know if it's the most expensive card I own, and it's up there, but it was by far the like most exciting pull that I've
Yeah.
personally had for something that I
Amazing.
keep in my collection.
That's awesome. That's all. And it's so funny. So someone asked me that once, an older gentleman, and they weren't sure about the high. I'm like, hey, I'm kind of doing this a little bit, and we're having fun as a family, and I think that's maybe one of the most important things. Like I said, my wife loves it, the kids love it. We're just having a blast. But the second part, when we're trying to make a little bit, it's going okay. And I did say this. I was like, there's really no price tag on a 101. There's no comps. Like it's
No.
only what. If you get a 101 Wemby, it's what a Wemby collector will pay for that 101 because there's no comps on it.
Yeah.
So when you say 101, it's something maybe, you
It
never know.
really
That bigger
is.
fan says 50,000. You're like, okay, I guess it's
Yeah.
a 101,
It is. It's truly whatever somebody wants to pay. And I've seen it
Yeah.
go both ways. I've seen it go crazy, and I've seen other people be like, the market says they don't like that one of one. And you're like,
Yeah.
okay, well,
Yeah,
it's my
yeah.
one of one. So
Right.
I'm fine with it. But yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate your wife. It's funny you mentioned your wife really quickly, because like that is also a big thing that I've tried to hopefully kind of concentrate on with social media on my side. Is a lot of the people in the hobby aren't very like female friendly. So my whole thing is like I would love to take a huge portion of that female like people out there that are on social media all the time and have them excited and engaged in my content. So it's nice to know that like your wife thinks it's funny. I show my wife my stuff, and she's actually in some of my content.
Okay.
So knowing that she thinks my stuff is funny is always a way to kind of be like, oh, well, other women will hopefully think this is funny too. So let's go that way.
And I think you nailed it too. You talked about it earlier, and a lot of the hobby, I would say, I hate to put a number on it, but 80% is very introvert, or some, I've been on Whatnot streams and it's just dreadful. It's nasty, right? Like there's a lot of horrible ones out there. So like we're on vacation. We're in the beautiful mountains of North Carolina, and my wife and I are both on Whatnot streams, and we're just like, what are we doing? Like we could be looking at heaven, and we're on Whatnot streams. But she has her one or two that go to, and I have a couple. And at the end of the day, it's funny. It's more they're better rooms. You know what I mean? It's more kid friendly, female friendly, just good, wholesome rooms that you try to help each other. Same thing with us too. Like as a hobby, I think that's the best way is to connect with. If you connect with kids and females, you got it. Like you are a goal. That's McDonald's. Like they got the Happy Meals.
Yeah, it's like, listen, there's going to be some adult content here and there for me, but on my streams and everything like that, I always tell everyone the same thing. Come in, have fun, but the minute that anybody starts saying anything like super negative or that's not friendly to kids or women, then like you got to go. And it's very rare. I can count on one, like a couple fingers, how many people have been banned from my rooms for doing things that I don't appreciate. But thankfully, everyone that comes in is kind of in the same world, which is nice.
Awesome. I said to myself, if we went for 20, I would be amazed. Be happy. If we went 30, I was going to let you go at 30. So there's 2 minutes for you. Like I said, I would love to talk to you more and more and more. I love it. Last one for you. You mentioned it, and let's talk about where you at on this Doom and Marvel, and give me a minute and a half. We can go back and forth real quick.
Oh.
Are you extremely happy they're bringing the band back together? You think the Tony Stark and Robert Downey Doom? Where are you at? Just a minute synopsis.
First of all, a minute is crazy. I can go on forever, but yes, I'm extremely excited about Doom.
Okay,
I am a huge fan of bringing back the old people. I was never. I got the idea, but I never really understood why they wanted to dismantle the original phase and like kill off people. And I felt like everyone really loved these characters, and like to have them back in some way, shape, or form, even going back to these older X-Men movies and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm so excited because there really hasn't been many movies or shows that I've been super juiced on over the last like few years. There's been some really good outlier ones. I'm a big Loki fan, but I think all of those things that I'm a big fan of, I realize like, oh, they all bring back the characters from that first generation of movies that I'm like, oh, well, that's why I really like this. Everything else I'm like, is fine, but super excited. I
Yeah.
can only imagine you seem excited about it. So
Oh, I'm so jazzed about it. And I do with sports and with movies and fights and so much. You can't the main 5 or 7, if you want to say the main 5 or 7, and then when everything, like you said, got diluted, and hey, Scarlett, Scarlett Johansson, right? She's a part, but she was even at the end. She's 6th or 7th of that group.
yeah,
And then now you're gonna make a movie of like her sister and be like, she's number 1. Like, no, you're tricking me. She's not number 1. You know what I mean? Like she can't be the main star. And I keep on throwing that out to people, and people that get it, I feel like get it, and they don't. They're like, I don't know what you're talking about, Dave. I'm like, no, Bucky's awesome. I love Bucky, but he can't be my 1. He can't be the number 2 of a movie. That's just my 2 cents, you know. So I'm so pumped. I have a big feeling they're gonna do it really, really good. And I love the Fantastic Four movie. I don't know if you did or watched it. I loved it. It was really good. The X-Men was back, and looks like finally they nailed Cyclops. Took them 30 years, but we nailed Cyclops. I think we're gonna be all right.
I think so too. They brought back the Russo brothers. They know that they really killed the last couple movies, and it's just gonna. I think all this is gonna be, and they've said it's gonna be. It's just an extension of the Infinity War movies, which I also love. Like, just start me off where we ended, guys. Like, this is. I don't even care if you make everything else in between useless at this point. I won't even be mad that I watched everything else. Yeah, it's fine. I'll be happy.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It was absolute pleasure, guys. Stock and trade. Follow on Instagram. What else? Where else can people find you? Where else can people connect with you? Even if, to get content from you, where can everyone get you?
Yeah. Instagram is definitely the best place to find me. I'm also on TikTok. Just stock N_trade. And then I also stream weekly or daily, Monday through Friday, on an app called Loop, LOUPE. If you like to come hang out and see just random things get open sometimes, I highly recommend you come into my stream. But those are the places you can find me, man. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to come on. It's always nice to have another place to chat about just what I consider nonsense, but extremely fun.
I know. But people love it, man. They do. Well, it's awesome. It was an absolute pleasure. We'll talk to you again very soon, and I appreciate your time.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Later.